The following segment is sponsored by Creative Society.
Did you know that the way you operate your HVAC system could be causing damage and shortening its life? Sean McGraw is here from American Veteran Air Conditioning to talk about that. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning to you.
Our HVAC systems could perform better and use less energy if we eliminate some bad habits. So let's get into those. The first one is incorrect thermostat use. What do you want us to know about that?
Well, with that, kind of goes into know your system. So for somebody that has a furnace, I would say that you could keep your schedule, say when you're leaving home and you're coming back to home, you could keep the set points farther apart without much issue at all, because a furnace can quickly recover regardless of what the climate is outside. It's going to put out some really good heat. On a heat pump, on the other hand, that kind of varies a little bit depending on the efficiency of the heat pump and what entails on there. But usually when folks have a heat pump, I recommend, my personal recommendation anyway, is to kind of tighten up that. So if you were really looking to save energy, I wouldn't necessarily drop it down to 62 and expect to recover to 72. I would probably tighten that up to about 65 or 67, somewhere along those lines, just to allow it to maintain versus trying to recover.
And another way you see people damaging their HVAC system is by obstructing airflow. What are people doing wrong there?
Well, if anyone's listened to me more than 5 seconds, they've heard me say it over and over again that airflow is key to everything, and it truly is. So obstructing vents, whether that be just from furniture sitting on top of vents or from closing vents because you don't think you utilize this room and you're saving energy in that way, you're really not. You're causing detriment to your system. Airflow, that system was designed with a duct system put on there. So that duct system is just important to the system as the unit outside itself. So if we're not allowing that airflow to go through, then it's going to turn back to the system.
And we know that installing an incorrectly sized system is a mistake that you want people to avoid. What do we need to keep in mind?
We get that a lot, especially in our climate here. Really what I find on there is people ignoring the obvious issues that are in their house. So especially on a heat pump, it's a really, really big deal. But regardless, if you oversize the system, you're basically causing more humidity in the house because that system needs to run for about 15-20 minutes in order to not only lower the temperature in the house, but to lower the enthalpy, lower the humidity inside the house.
So you don't just blindly go in saying the bigger system is better, because that's not going to be the case. Finally, some homeowners will get complacent and they neglect the maintenance that their HVAC system needs. I know you can't stand to see that, can you?
I really hate it, mainly for the pain that it causes a customer at the end point of there. I get it. You know, we just ignore stuff. If you're not looking at it, it's out there doing its job. But just like the car in your driveway or anything else, it needs to be maintained. And usually the big stuff that went wrong with the system that's causing you to have to replace the system or do a costly repair that you really don't want to could have been prevented by really a minute calculation of what that would have been if we were out there or somebody was qualified out there that knew what was going on with the system and could have flagged it to you. Hey, this needs to be fixed or it's going to cost something big.
And you're helpful because you've got great videos on YouTube and on your website that can help people troubleshoot those things. They can learn some more about proper maintenance practices. But for people who don't want to worry about those things, they don't have to because of your full battle rattle, your all-in-one comfort plan. How does it work?
So we'll replace the system. We're going to maintain the system twice a year. So for 10 years, we're going to be out there maintaining that system twice a year. And we're also going to take care of any repairs on top of that. And we're not charging anything extra throughout the whole deal on there.
They want to leave that work to the professionals, which is the way to go for a lot of people. And they can contact you and they can learn more. The number on screen, 4350822, or visit the website, AmericanVeteranAC.com. Sean McGraw from American Veteran Air Conditioning, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Come on and see us. Bye.